Well folks, welcome back to the workshop. Today we have a broken power tool on for repair and the customer wants it fixed. But I have my doubts whether or not this one can be fixed or not. This one is just in a bit of a mess. You'll understand what I mean when you see the machine. This one has sustained a bit of damage and it ain't looking good. And it's never a good start when you get a box of parts along with it. This here is a 3/4 inch Milwaukee nut gun, and as you can see it's in a bit of a state. Now the customer says something's fallen on it and smashed up the body. So the whole handle down here is all smashed, wires are exposed, bits are hanging out. I would say they've had a go at looking at it. That's what the bits inside the box are, because all the screws are missing and this is all hanging out. This we're going to have to see if we can fix up. Now hopefully it does look worse than what it is. Normally when you smash a body it is just a straight swap over. This one though ain't looking the best. I'm hoping there's no broken wires or anything bent up inside. I don't actually know what dropped on this. I think they said there's a big lump of timber or something fell on it. To me it looks more like a car fell on it. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. Now, they did assure me, promise me, that whenever it first broke, the thing still ran before they actually dismantled everything. That's the one thing I did ask them. Was it actually running whenever the body got broken? Because if it's not running with that broken, it's not worth fixing. They says it did. They dismantled it now, but before they dismantled it, they said it was actually running. So hopefully this can be fixed. And hopefully all we need is a new body. That's the part number there for if you're ever needing it. So see if this can fix this. First of all, see if we can get under here. That bearing's also gone. That one's okay. Doesn't look bent or anything. Even up here is damaged. There's a crack there as well. A right bit of damage. Oh, this is just a bit of plastic. I thought that was the wire. Right, maybe it's not so bad then. That's actually a bit of plastic. It runs onto this groove. There's a wee lip on it. It's just that bit of the lip. So this mightn't be as bad as I thought. Nothing appears to be broken. This is the older one. There's a wire actually getting into this here, so this is the M18-1. So there's Bluetooth on this as well. You have to take that out also. Door can come out. This little chip can come out. Disconnect that. This should come out then. That out. And all of this. Should be a ground wire here. That's touching the actual gear case up here. So we get rid of that. What is she anyway? 2021. It's done a wee bit of work. So the head doesn't look too bad. So the wiring's all good. None of that looks damaged. Stitter looks alright, it's not burnt. Bit dirty, but nothing major. The gearbox should be fine. Switch is dirty, but it's not damaged. Right, so we'll give this a good clean down. We'll see if we can get it onto this new body. Right, as it cleaned up, it's just for cosmetics. Cleaning's not going to do anything to the performance, but also having to change this bearing. Don't want any dirt left in to eventually cause that to fail again. Rather leave the inside clean. Before I reassemble, I'm going to make sure everything's on the box. Make sure I'm not missing anything either. The screws. Right, they must have broken that as well. No, not sure about that now. Is that from this machine? That could be off a different one. I've just put it on. I don't think they're compatible. Hopefully that's the right one. This is not. We'll check the diagram anyway and check. And obviously the forward reverse switch, we'll need that. Let's just give that a bit of a clean, because it does need it. So is that cleaned up? It's a good job they included that, because that costs another €10. This on the breakdown does look like the right one. This looks like the wrong one. It's a good job they didn't lose this, because that there is another €25. The body costs about 45. So if you're having to replace them as well, the price keeps going up and up. And for another 20 for the bearing plate, price can get very high. So right, see if we can get this back together. Should be a case of just dropping it on. Now, case actually does come with these little rubber bumps. Something that the newer ones have actually done away with. These actually slide in here and help center your field. Just means this field is not relying on the plastic of the body, which can very easily wear away. These keep the field squeezed in nice and tight and help dissipate vibrations as well. You just squeeze in there. They were actually a nice wee feature on Milwaukee tools, but they've done away with them now for some reason. Nice wee bit of plastic to preserve the important Milwaukee name. Now, screws for the top. This side's the base. So all these wires have a track they actually want to. First thing, it's actually that way. First thing to go on, it's this wee ground wire again. So it's sitting up in here. It's tucked down this track and behind the switch. And your gearbox can go on. Let's get onto this other track. Switch is going to be here. Heavier wires going to be on the outside, and this little wiring loom is going to be running down the center. switch up there for now. Just put on the lever actually. Get that in. Tuck in this little wiring loom, ribbon connector. Button clicks on there. Lastly then, this little yellow and black wire. Now, I don't think we're looking too bad there. Apart from there, see how easy it is to get a wee nip wire. Keep the lighter ones underneath the heavy ones. That big black wire actually help to hold on the red one. I think we're all right at that. It should be a tight fit because these wee bumps, they should be squeezing down on the stator. Now, I think we're good to go. The screws will be tight to go on because they're into fresh plastic. They'll have to cut their own wee thread into the plastic. Too many screws as well. Get rid of one of them. Now, don't want to change this plate just yet. First, I want to make sure the thing actually works. Snug fit. Stick two in here and we'll give her a test. Reinstall this wee Bluetooth. It's only the battery for it. Keep the memory. That's all it's doing. Bluetooth and a cordless tool, to me, it's absolutely useless anyway. Never understood it. So actually when I realised Milwaukee started going downhill, whenever they took out that one key, I just knew it was just another selling gimmick. Very few people are ever going to need that. Now, moment of truth. Will it work? I do not believe you. It does actually, but not very well. have problems. 2, 3, 4. Right, we're not too bad. So the wee board down here is actually damaged, so the lights aren't all illuminating, but this still changes the function. So it might be skipping the lights, but it is going onto the right mode. But the switch is also damaged. Right, so we're not finished yet. There needs to be replaced, but that switch needs to be fixed first. That's if we can fix it. This is why I do not like taking machines on that are already stripped apart after they've been damaged. Gets smashed up, broken in half like it was, at least I can test it before I dismantle it to see if it's worth doing. When you get them on like this, you can only test it after you've rebuilt it. It means you're just wasting an awful lot of time. Now we have to see if we can clean out the switch. Not what I was wanting to be doing with this thing. Somebody has already been at this. That's already broken open. Right. Somebody was telling me porkies. So in other words, they know rightly the condition this was in. So whether or not it's fixed right or not, it'll still have to be charged. A little bit of dirt in there. Get rid of that. Wash out the rest. Now, unlike the DeWalt one, don't go clicking at this, because these wee springs are going to pop out. Right, let that dry out before you put it back together again, and don't use a compressor on it. These wee brass wipers are going to fly off. You'll never find them again. Now what I will do is give it a wee spray of silicone spray, just to keep everything moving. Carefully close that up. Now, more than likely, the reason she's not actually engaging forward and reverse properly is because these clips are gone. They're gone back here as well. So this, it's got a gap down here. I'm going to have to close that on, glue it or something to keep it closed tight. I have just went for the quick fix and used glue. A little dab of super glue either side and a spray of activator to activate it. That keeps the case of the switch closed. At the end of the day, if this doesn't work, I ain't getting into it again anyway. That should hopefully be it this time. Again, quick test. Oh, she's good. I'll change this plate. Much better. Nice one. We're not too bad after all. Now we'll just change this because you can hear that bearing's bad. Not much point in spending that money replacing the body and have it sounding terrible when it comes back to the customer. Probably why it's all corroded. That out. Press out this bearing. Looks like we've got an oil seal gone on the bearing press. That ain't coming out. Second time lucky. There's actually a centering plate for a laser chaser wall chasing head, but it's just got the right size of bore to allow the fan through, just holding the plate. Nope. She's just busting the housing. This thing's just been thrown now. Still no joy. Okay, that very nearly got the best of me. That was tight going. Eventually I did a little Dremel and actually cut around the plastic painstakingly, and then once I got the plastic off the bearing, bust the bearing, grind down the side to actually get the inside race off. A lot of hassle, and eventually after doing all that, also just change this inside bearing as well, just in case. It is just a 698 bearing, so it's not all that expensive. It's a lot cheaper than this one, so may as well just change it as well. Have it sounding like new. Right, press this on now. Hopefully this will get it running right again, and all this will be worth it. So that way. Now if you want, you can also replace this little rear badge, the fuel brushless sign. If you're replacing the body and the rear bearing, you want to finish off the look, have it all nice and clean, you can replace that for a few euro, but that's just for cosmetics. I just want this running, so I'm just going to clean this bit. Now, what does she sound like? Much better. Listen to that. What do you know? It actually works. That's some improvement. It's gone from that to that. Nearly a new machine. New body, new bearing on top, a bearing in the middle. A little bit of fixing up on the inside, cleaning the switch, and she's up and running again. That's impressive for Milwaukee. That's her. Another thing we can do is save the label. That's just too far gone. And I don't have a replacement to put on. She looks good on that side. A little bare on this side. But it'll have to do. So there you go. If you drop something on your Milwaukee nut gun, smash it up, break the housing. You can fix it up again by just replacing the housing. And if you have a bad bearing, you can place the plate and the bearing inside. That can be a little bit difficult sometimes. The only other thing we want to do, just for cosmetics, is to make that badge stand out. The white Pika marker and brings it all up again. Now, what would be wrong with that? It's like a brand new machine. That's her, folks. One Milwaukee M18-1 FHIWF 3/4 inch impact wrench. Fixed up again. Ready for work. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this wee Milwaukee repair. If you're liking the videos, give us a wee like and a follow down below. And if you want to help the channel out, hit that share and subscribe button as well. Cheers. Thanks for watching.